Hey everybody, welcome to ValleyKIDS weekend programming. My name is Jacob and I am so glad to have you guys joining us today. We're going to have some worship time, we're going to have some Bible story time, and then we're going to end with our question of the week. So I hope you're as excited as I am to get started.
For the song Temptation, we say, no temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. But God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, you know what's going to happen. When you are tempted, let's shout it out. He will also provide a way out. He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. And every time we say you can endure it, flex those muscles. Yeah.
Temptation has overtaken you, except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, you know what's gonna happen. But when you are tempted, let's shout it out. He will also provide a way out. He will also provide a way out, so that you can endure it, so you can endure it, so you can endure it. Temptation has overtaken you, except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, you know what's gonna happen. But when you are tempted, let's shout it out. He will also provide a way 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 out, so that you can endure it, so you can endure it, so you can endure it, so you can endure it.
For the song Trust, it goes, and everyone who calls on the name of the Lord, whoa, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Yeah, they will be saved. Everyone, Acts 2:21, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved.
Everyone who calls on the name of the Lord, whoa, oh, whoa, oh. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, will be saved. Yeah, they will be saved. Woo! Here we go! And everyone calls on the name of the Lord. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh. Will be saved, yeah, they will be saved. Will be saved, yeah, they will be saved. Oh, oh, everyone. Acts 2:21. Oh, oh, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh. Will be saved, yeah, they will be saved. Will be saved, yeah, they will be saved. Oh, oh, everyone. Acts 2:21. Oh, oh, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Oh, oh, everyone. 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 Acts 2:21. Oh, oh, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved.
If you've ever seen a construction worker use a jackhammer, it's like a big, huge drill that they hold, and their whole body shakes as the jackhammer goes down into the sidewalk or into the road. And what it does is it takes the stones underneath it and it breaks them apart. It's something that's so powerful that it can break apart rocks, break apart the road. It's a great tool to help when you need to separate something. But today we're going to talk about someone more powerful than a jackhammer and someone who separated something much bigger than a piece of rock. It's God. He is so powerful. And he did something pretty amazing through a guy named Moses. God's people, the Israelites, they were slaves. They were trapped in Egypt, having to work so hard, not doing things that they wanted to do. Ugh, chores forever. Ah! Well, the Israelites, they were under a mean king named Pharaoh. And Pharaoh wanted them to work hard to do whatever he said. But God chose a man named Moses to come by and talk to Pharaoh. And through some pretty amazing miracles that God did, Pharaoh said, "Okay, you can take the people away. Get out of here." So that's what happened. Moses took the Israelites and they left Egypt. They were going to be free from Pharaoh, free from doing hard work that they didn't want to do anymore. But there was a problem. They ran into the Red Sea, a big, big body of water, and there was going to be no way to get across. Well, maybe they could just go around it, right? They could just take their time, go around the outside. But oh no, there was trouble. Pharaoh got his soldiers wearing their armor, and they were ready to stop the Israelites. He changed his mind, and they were going to bring them all back to Egypt to be slaves again. That was no good. The Israelites saw the soldiers coming and said, "Uh-oh, we're in trouble, Moses. You better do something to help us out, or we're going to get caught and have to go back to Egypt again." Well, God had Moses do something pretty special. Moses lifted up the stick that he was holding, that we call his staff. He held it out in the air above his head. And when he did that, the water split in two. That's way more impressive than what a jackhammer can do. God, in his power, made the water split across so that there was dry ground that the people of Israel could walk on. They were able to go through the Red Sea and be safe. And when Moses lowered his staff down again, the water all rushed back together, and the Israelites were safe from the Egyptians. God is so powerful. He can do amazing things even with water. And he can do amazing things in our life too. You can trust God because he is powerful. God had a great guy leading his kingdom named David. David loved God and followed God and shared God's love with all the Israelites who are God's chosen people. Well, David got old and he died, and his son Solomon was going to be the new king of Israel. And Solomon, he thought, oh my dad David was a really good king, and he really trusted God, and I don't know what I can do. I don't know how I can be a good king like him. I'm worried. I'm nervous. And Solomon was. He didn't know if he was going to be able to lead God's people, but he wanted to follow God, so he prayed to God. He made lots of sacrifices praising God to show him love. And one night while he was sleeping, he probably didn't wear his crown while he slept, but one night when Solomon was asleep, he had a dream. In that dream, God asked Solomon, Solomon, what do you want me to give you? I will give you whatever you ask. Now, if I think about that, what would I say? What would you say? Would you say, you know what? I want to have so much money. Or maybe you'd say, I want to be the best painter that there ever has been. God, I want to be the best basketball star ever. I want to be so good. I never want to miss a shot. I just want a pet monkey. That's all I want. I want every single video game ever. I want to be really popular. I want to be super cool. Yeah. We could think about what we would want, and maybe Solomon was thinking about that too. Maybe he wanted money. Maybe he wanted a lot of friends. Maybe he wanted to be really powerful, and that the Israelites, God's people, would never lose a battle against any bad guys. Solomon thought, and what he ended up saying was that he wanted wisdom. He wanted God to teach him how he can do what's right, how he can do what's good, how he can lead the Israelites. And God said, okay, because you have asked for that, I will give it to you. And I'm also going to bless you in other areas too. But then Solomon woke up and he realized, oh, that was a dream. But I'm going to trust God. And he made more sacrifices praising God. And God did give him wisdom. God helped Solomon to make good choices to lead the people. He wrote so many amazing songs. He knew so many facts. He was able to teach and lead people. One story that we can read about is that there were two ladies, and each of those ladies had a baby, but sadly, one of those babies died. And they both came in with one baby, and they said, this baby's mine. No, it's my baby. Her baby died. No, her baby died. It's my baby. Well, they weren't pulling the baby like that or anything, but they were both fighting over this baby. And Solomon, he had a sneaky thing that he said. He said, hey, soldiers, can one of you bring a sword? And they said, yeah, here's a sword. And he said, okay, we're going to cut the baby in half so you each can share it. And then one of the ladies said, no, The other lady said, okay, sure. Yeah, half a baby. Sounds good. The other one said, no, don't hurt the baby. Just give it to her. Don't let it die, though. And that's how Solomon knew. The one who wanted the baby to live, the one who cared about it and was willing to give it up, that is the real mother. Solomon wasn't going to have the baby cut in two. He wouldn't do that. But he just wanted to use his wisdom to see how they would react. And he found out who the mom was that was actually going to take care of and love the baby, who was actually the mom of that child. God gave Solomon wisdom to do so many things, but what was important is that Solomon trusted God to be wise. Solomon looked to God for his wisdom, and that's what we can too. We can read the Bible, we can pray to Him, we can listen while we're in church, listen to people who love God and can teach us, talk about God with other people, and God can give us wisdom to do what's right and do what's good if we trust in Him.
This song is Because You Are Young. It's don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. But set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity.
Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Because you are young. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Because you are young. But set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. But set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Because you are young. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Because you are young. But set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. But set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. But set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity.
It is now time for our question of the week. And this week's question is, why do you need wisdom? I want you to stop and think about why wisdom is so important for all of us. Figure out what your answer is. Tell somebody else and see what they have to say. And I'll see you guys next time at Valley Kids Weekend Programming.